By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to manifest the life that you want using this really simple 3-step process. And I'm going to let you know how I personally not only identify resistance, but also how to navigate around it so it stops being a thing. And as it's resistance that stops your manifestations from happening, I really hope you stick around to the end and get that little bit of extra information. But before we get into the process, let's just remind ourselves of how reality is created in the first place, yeah? Or like the fundamentals of reality. So there are 3 great planes of existence. They are the spiritual plane, the mental plane, and the physical plane. And this 3-step process involves every single one of them. So the spiritual plane is the plane of all possibilities. All possibilities. Everything exists in the spiritual plane. And the mental plane is the plane of imagination. It's also like where we get to experience our willpower. And the physical plane is obviously the plane that we get to live life on, right? This is what we get to experience. So the physical plane is the plane of action. Yeah? So to manifest the life that we want, the first thing that we get to do is to connect with who we are in this spiritual plane. And who we are here is limitless. There is no duality in the spiritual plane. There is no good or bad. There is no hot or cold or wrong or right. Yeah? We get to know that we are all things. We get to be at one with everything. So we connect with our infinite selves, yes? So this is our infinite, limitless self. And then we get to ask, okay, well, if I can have anything that I want, if everything is available to me, which it is in the spiritual plane, then what is it that I want? And then we get to be still. We get to be still. We get to connect. Yeah. And what will happen is our higher self, God, source, universe, the all, Allah, whatever it is that you want to call it, will give us an idea. We manifest our ideas like we manifest anything else. So then we'll get this idea of something that we might want, and we get to imagine it. We get to imagine who we are that gets to have that life. And it's that imagination that actually decides which of these possibilities we actually materialize, right? It's our imagination, our selective willpower, the directive power that we have over the spiritual plane, in the sense that we get to choose which of the possibilities we want to actually experience. It's through the imagination that we get to materialize it in the physical plane. Now, the previous video that I put out taught you how to completely rewire your brain, your actual brain, rewire the neural pathways in your brain to bring your awareness to the physical thing that you want to manifest. Yeah. Inside your brain, there is a reticular activating system, and that reticular activating system, it acts like a bouncer, but when you utilize the exercise that I gave you, we also prime that reticular activating system to bring to your attention everything that you do want, everything that is within your imagination, yeah? Everything that we have told it is really important to it. And we tell it that things are important by the emotional charge that we give things, yes? So through our imagination, we get to mentally experience the life that we want to be living. And that will naturally bring about action being taken on the physical plane. We will feel compelled to go a particular way, to make a particular call, to send a particular post, yeah, or send a particular email, or connect with a particular person. And it might not be that person that we connect with that is like the important person. It could be somebody that they then connect us onto, yeah. So that's the 3 steps, right? Step 1, let me just write it out again. Step 1, connect with your higher self. Step 2, is to use your imagination. And step 3 is to take intuitive action. And honestly, that's it. This is literally all you do. You want a bit more? Okay, right, let's break step 1 down. So, how do you connect to your highest self? Well, the best way that I know of connecting with your highest is by becoming still, by closing my eyes, taking a breath, and calling my highest in. Setting the intention of connecting with my highest self. And you can feel it. Well, I can feel it, right? So if I close my eyes, I take this breath, I call my highest, I imagine a light coming in or a warmth coming in. Using my heart space, if I breathe in and out of my heart space, it feels expansive. It feels like warmth. It feels like safety. Now, I know that when I first started doing this, it wasn't quite that quick, right? When I first started doing this, I know that I meditated for a lot longer. There wasn't this, yep, I'm now connected sensation. It felt like just connecting with my third eye and knowing that I was love. Knowing that as God Source Universe is omnipresent, it is present within me. Knowing that I am infinite pure love energy. That's what you're bringing in here. Yeah, you're bringing in that infinite pure love energy, just knowing that you are on this spiritual plane and there is no duality, there is nothing separate from you. Just allow yourself to be open to experiencing that. If you allow yourself to be open to it, I guarantee that you will do it. Yeah. And that's the first step. Connecting with your highest, being open to hearing the messages from your highest. And usually those messages come through your intuition. Yeah. They are not thoughts. Thoughts happen in your head space. Intuition happens in your heart space. This is where like that knowing is. Yeah. Like believing is in your head space, but knowing is in your heart space. And it's that heart space, that heart energy that is connected with the spiritual plane. So you can connect through your heart space, through your spiritual heart to the spiritual plane. So step 2 is using your imagination. And bring all of your senses. Yeah, bring as many of your senses as you can into your imagination. Bring the physical touch of feeling the money, the physical touch of feeling a loved one. Yeah, bring the smell. Maybe it's the smell of aftershave or perfume or money itself or delicious food that you're eating or whatever it is, right? Just bring in as many sensory imaginations as possible, sensory experiences, because that teaches your brain, oh yeah, no, this is excellent. Your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not. So if you bring in all of these sensory experiences, it kind of locks onto it a lot more easily. Yeah. And this imagined scene, that can be 2 seconds long, it can be 5 minutes long, be 3 minutes, like in the last exercise that we did, the last video, right? Like Abraham Hicks says, if you can maintain this emotionally charged imagination for 17 seconds, then that's enough. That's enough. That is your mental selection from the plane of all things, right? And then number 3 is the intuitive action. So as you're taking step 3 action, as you're taking this action, be mindful of where is it coming from. Yeah. Where is it coming from? Are you taking the action out of fear, or is it actually intuitive action? If you're taking it out of fear, it does not feel good. If you're taking intuitive action, it feels natural and normal and just like, well, of course I'm doing this, right? And it doesn't matter what the action is, because it's not so much the action that's important. Like, yes, it's important because we are on the physical plane and we get to do things on this physical reality, right? But what's most important is who you are being as you are taking the action. Yeah, and you'll know who you are being because you've just connected to your spiritual self, yeah, on the spiritual plane. So be this version of you as you're taking that action. Yeah. Be guided by who this version of you is. Yes. Now, this resistance piece, how do we overcome the resistance? Well, all resistance really is resistance is a misaligned belief. Yeah. If you know that nothing can go wrong, you would not have resistance in taking the action. If you know that you are good enough and smart enough and all the things, you would not have resistance in taking the action. So it's just a misaligned belief. It's a version of you. It's like the old version of you calling the shots. I can't talk. Version of you. Yeah. So you get to replace that old version of you with the new version of you that you choose to be. And again, you do that by connecting with your highest. Who does my highest know me to be? Does my highest know me to be fearful? Does my highest know me to be incapable? No, no. This is just your Janet on the planet that has been taught to feel like she's not enough. So you get to say, okay, thank you, Janet on the planet. I hear you, but I'm calling the shots now. I'm now so connected, so in alignment with who my highest knows me to be, that I know that you are safe. I know that it is safe. Yeah. If it feels good, it's true. It's right. It's as it should be. If it feels bad, you get to investigate why that is. Is it because it is the old version of you acting out of fear? And you get to listen to the fear. You get to, it's probably very legitimate. But then you get to discuss with yourself, decide for yourself whether it is really, really, really true, or whether it's just a result of the old version of you trying to stay relevant. Yeah. So that's it. Those are the 3 steps. And this is how you manage resistance. You just know that it's a misaligned belief. Okay, so what am I believing to be true that maybe isn't true? Yeah? Okay. So on February 28th at 11 a.m. PST, we're going to be doing another workshop. This one is all about living as your chosen self. It's going to be amazing. So the link to join us for that is in the description. And if I don't see you there, well, there's going to be another video just there that you can click on next, and I'll see you then. Okay, take care. Bye.